Well, hello, known family. It is so good to be with you again. I am super excited about what God is doing at the Known Women's Conference and around the clock. It is so fun to be able to dream about what God is doing, about doing the things that He's called us to do, and just being a part of the good work that He has put before me. So, thank you for being a part. Thank you for going on this journey with us. But I want to share a couple of things that are percolating and some of the things that God has been teaching me just in the last couple of days. So, we just got back from Minnesota, visiting a dear friend, and this verse has just been on my mind over and over and over again. Rejoice with those who rejoice and mourn with those who mourn. That is like hopefully my life verse. No, I just really want to be known to rejoice and to mourn. I want to be able to go along the journey with other people. And one of those things was a friend of mine in Minnesota is really struggling right now. They went to their 20-week ultrasound and they found out that baby has a couple of complications. And so we are praying for this little baby that's going to be a miracle baby. We are declaring that God's going to do some mighty work and just praying for baby Berg. So we wanted to just invite you into that because when we mourn with people and we walk through life with people, that's how true community is formed. And so we just had a big meeting. They had an MRI. They are walking with this little one. So what's going on is the lungs aren't developing at the rate that they need to, and the heart is on the wrong side, and they have just some complications that are going on. I had never heard of the diagnosis that they had, but they have a little hernia. It's called CHD. So if medical people might know a little bit more about what that is, but just pray. They are looking at doing some just more intensive measures to just protect this baby. And we just want to continue to pray for every breath that God has given this little one. So pray with me and for the Bergs, if you think of it. But that's what God's just been laying on my heart is to rejoice and to mourn. And so we are rejoicing in what God can do, but mourning with those uncertainties, walking through some of those difficulties. And so, yeah, just pray with me with that. So, also, bingo is coming up fast. We love to share a little bit about what we are doing, and bingo is one of our fundraisers that we do for Known. So, we've raised $2,000 at almost every bingo for the Known Women's Conference, and it's just a fun night. Lots of prizes. You know, it feels like everybody's a winner when Amanda is doing prizes. So just come and enjoy some fellowship with one another. We want to thank Chick-fil-A for their donation, as well as Faith Lutheran for giving up their space and just providing us with that great location to be able to play some bingo. Also, early bird prices are going to be coming up. So July 14th is when the prices go up. So you're going to want to get your ticket at a lower rate, $90, and use code LifeFest to get even $10 more off. So LifeFest is coming up just not next week, but the week after. So super excited about LifeFest. We'll have a booth there. Come and say hello. Come and buy some discounted merch. And then also visit my girls who I'll be right next to us at their booth and selling some of their merchandise as well. So we have lots of fun things coming up, but super excited about what God's going to be doing at the conference. My last fun announcement is the website got updated with Known Hometowns. So in previous years, Known Hometowns was just a virtual option. But this year we're offering a hybrid solution. So if you were like, ooh, we love the Known Women's Conference, but we don't love watching everything online, we'd love to have some in-person interaction as well, reach out because we have a team of ladies that are going to be traveling to different locations. We already have Iowa booked. We're talking Malta. with July 7th. So pray for that. Washington booked. Tennessee is in the process. Minnesota has 2 locations that are working on different things. And so if you're like, ooh, I don't know where funding would be, reach out because we did get a grant this year to be able to do some of those things. So we would love to be able to come to your congregation. We'd love to be able to walk alongside you and what that looks like. So with that, I am so excited about our speaker that is joining us this year. You guys are going to love her. She is just really great, a lot of fun, but she's got just such a depth. And when I listened, I just was like wanting more. And so help me in welcoming Danielle to our stage. Hi.
Hello, and hello everyone. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, we are excited to have you. It is just so fun. I'm just making sure that in the chat, if anybody is saying things, feel free to jump on. We love to be able to respond to those things as well. But tell us a little bit about yourself and some fun facts.
Sounds good. So, I'm an Iowa girl. I am also a mom of two wild kiddos. They are 8 and 10, and we are having a blast this summer. And I'm a full-time professor. So, I teach classes like creativity, storytelling, and identity, a class called performing identity, a class called start a podcast, and I love being able to hold space for people's dreams. And I feel like that's what I get to do as a teacher, and that's what I get to do as a speaker. And so I'm so excited for that. And a fun fact is that we have a holiday spider. So at our house, we one year were a little lazy and didn't take down our Halloween decoration, and the spider got left up. And so we just added a Santa hat, and now it just gets decorated for all of the holidays, and people can easily find our house.
I love that. We have decorations that are not my jam. I'm really bad at changing over the season, so I would be right there with you. We haven't figured that out, but we had like the Christmas sign for like the longest time. It was like, oh, we missed that. So that's so fun that you're decorating and having that. Tell us a little bit about what God is teaching you right now.
So I feel like God has been handing me some lessons around comfort and joy.
Mm,
And what I will say is that I believe that there is so much delight, so much beauty in our small everyday comforts. But I think the lesson that I've been learning has been around the ways in which our desires for comfort can sometimes keep us from experiencing delight and joy.
mm,
So I first sort of felt like this message was being sent to me as I heard it, the story of Martha and Mary being taught, and thinking about Martha, doing the responsible thing and hosting and cleaning and, doing all of those things. And that being sort of a distraction from the stillness and the delight, and that keeping busy is often our comfort.
mm.
And we use busyness as a way of keeping us comfortable too. And so the other day, my kids wanted to go to the pool. It was 6:45 at night. It was kind of a cool day. We didn't have our swim stuff on yet, and they were like, "Let's go." And I felt really resistant. I was like, "We're gonna have to change our clothes. We're gonna get there. We're only gonna have like 45 minutes to swim, and it's kind of cold out." And
Realize.
I was like, "Okay, let's just do this anyway." And we made it happen, and it was a beautiful evening. It was gorgeous. The water was warmer than I expected. We did get a little uncomfortable, but I thought about all of the joy and the beauty that I would have missed out on to stay comfortable at home that evening. And so I think that God is encouraging me right now to explore the ways in which I've become comfortable, and even some of the things like busyness that don't always feel comfortable, but I am, it's familiar.
Yeah.
And the ways that I'm being asked to sort of step out of that comfort to actually experience the delights and the joys that God has prepared for me.
Ugh, so many good things in that, right? Like, um, my girls are up for adventures late at night. I think that that's like their go time is like, oh, mom, can we paint? I'm like, it's 8 o'clock and it's time to get ready for bed and we're gonna paint now, or whatever the situation might be. But I think that sometimes I forget the joys and the delights that God is reminding us because of the busyness. Like, I love that message because I think that there's so many times that we just forget to slow down, to see the people in front of us, to take those opportunities to be still so that we, aren't missing some of those opportunities. So thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing what God is teaching you in this season. So tell us about a project that you're working on right now.
So, probably the most wild project I'm working on is we haven't even told our kids this, but I don't think they're watching the live. So, um, we just bought a camper van and we've actually never camped. So I think we're gonna learn by immersion. And this is also, I think, a really great example of ways that I think we're going to be uncomfortable in order to experience the lights. But yeah, so we bought a camper van. It's in California. So now we're trying to figure out how
Gotta get it
we
back.
get it back. And so and how do you reserve campsites? And how far ahead do you have to reserve campsites?
Right.
And all of those things. So, and how do you connect to shore power and things like that? Words that I've never really said before. So, that's kind of our big project. And we have a really fun way too that we're going to tell our kids that it's happening. So,
So I'm not a camper. My husband tent camps, and I go for the day, and then I drive home and sleep in my bed. Um,
yes.
so getting a camper sounds like a better life choice for me than it is for other people. But when I was 18, I led a group of people in an RV, and we traveled across the country in this RV. And so we slept in the beds and, had to do the dump stations and figure out all the logistics of, booking sites and different things and where we're going to park and all of the fun. So I'd love to, dream with you of different places. Maybe yours is a little bit smaller than traveling the whole world, country, but no, it's an adventure, and I am just excited for the memories that are happening in that place. I mean, I could tell you story after story after story of these ridiculous things that happened, some that range from, turning on the air conditioning while somebody was working on the air conditioning and all of the things start flying everywhere. Yeah, not the greatest. Or, like just trying to do probably TMI, but trying to do the dump station and things coming out and things that are
Oh, yeah.
and they would make me do it every time because I don't have the sense of smell. So they're like, "Oh, you
Oh, yeah.
you can totally do this because it always stinks." And I was like, "Guys, I can still see. I still have eyes, and that's disgusting. So I'm not doing this." So, anyways, all of the fun different things that God will bring you of those adventures, but take delight in the memories and the fun that you're having. So, so fun. Tell us about a project, or sorry, why you're excited to be part of the Known family.
So I think that one of the other lessons that life keeps teaching me is how important those faith friends are.
Mm,
That surrounding yourself with, particularly the theme being delight this year, a family of faith friends who also believe that God is preparing a life for us
mm,
that is full of delight and that we're called to do amazing, expansive, wonderful things with our lives and to surround yourself with those people that then also to kind of, relate to your rejoice and mourn together,
Mhm.
that just as we delight together, that you have people that share your faith, that can mourn with you and that can pray with you, and that when you need to call on someone to be there, to have those people that you can say, hey, I need my prayer warriors this week.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of delight, you're wearing our new delight shirt, which I'm super excited about. Buy your, ticket and get your merch as well. But tell us about what you're going to be speaking on at the conference. So you'll be one of our online exclusive speakers, and so everybody that attends the conference and that watches online will be able to watch. So tell us what you're going to be speaking on at the conference.
So one of the main things that I'll be talking about is my Rise ritual method, and that's going to teach you. If you go to church, you probably do some rituals at church on Sunday. How do we bring those rituals into our everyday life so that we can feel closer to God, even on the busiest days? How do we carve out space so that God can feel close, so that we can feel connected and aligned with the purpose that God has created for us?
Love it. Love it. Well, ladies, I am so excited to be with you at Life Fest. I'm excited to be able to grow together. Danielle, thank you so much for being on today. It's just a delight to be with you, and we can't wait for you to be a part of this known family. All right,
Thank
ladies, we'll see you soon. Bye. Awesome.